Ooh, man. Got ourselves a nice little crappie there, guys. What's going on, guys? It's Mike here, back with another video. All right, guys, out on a power plant lake today, guys. And you'd think we'd be fishing for bass today, but guess what? We're fishing for some crappie. So pretty much what we're looking for, guys, some stick ups here, some logs, and whatever is down there. So brush piles, name of the business today, pretty much as always for crappie. So got the Lite gear out, got the 6-pound fluoro, little wind, not too bad. So we're gonna use our down imaging to find some of these brush piles here, see if we can find the fish, drop it in, see if we can pull them straight up and out. But that's pretty much the plan today, guys. So let's see if we can catch a couple crappie today, switch it up a little bit from the normal bass fishing, and hopefully you guys like this video. So real fast, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, because I do post a lot of fishing content, a lot of bass tracker stuff, a lot of creek stuff, a lot of lake stuff, everything in between. So it really does help me out. But other than that, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. So let's get some fish. Yeah. All right, guys, let me show you what the business is today. Take a look at that bad boy right there. Oh yeah. See if we can cruise over a couple of brush piles and pick off a couple of slabs. And pretty much just going to be using down scan to locate these fish. And then just going to toss it down in there, see if we can pop these guys out. All right, guys, so I'm pretty much going to be starting off finding these crappie as I'm looking at these trees, looking at these little stumps coming out of the water. And a lot of times crappie are going to hold up on top of those trees, and if there's any type of brush or grass down there, then they're going to school up into there 9 times out of 10. So what I'll normally do is I'll just kind of troll over to these little stumps here, kind of cast towards them. I'm sitting in about 20 feet of water. I'm just going to give that thing about a 10-second drop. That should probably put it around 10-15 feet. And then I'm just going to creep up really, really slow on top of these sticks and get a good scan on what's the bottom structure, and then pretty much just wait for a little tap. Got the Xtralite gear here, got 6-pound fluoro on a cheap little Bass Pro micro light rod. It should just be the trick to get these crappie to come up and bite this tiny little jig. As you guys can see, all those lines right there, those are crappie, and it looks like a few bass piled in there. So we're right on top of them right here. Sometimes if you turn your gain up a little bit on your graph, you can see your little crappie jig, and that's kind of what I'm doing here. Kind of just looking for a little bit of a wiggle. I kind of hop it up and down a little bit, put a couple zigzags on the screen, and kind of lets me know what my depth is. And then from there, I just let the jig do the work. Definitely do got to watch out when you're getting into this rough stuff. Got a big old tree stump right there. Something like that would take the Titanic out. Just gonna let a little bit more line out, see if we can drop it down to about 12. Looks like that's about where the fish are. You can kind of see where my bait's at. I'm just kind of hopping it up and down there. It looks like there's a couple of crappie right on top of it. Ooh, man. Got ourselves a nice little crappie there, guys. Found this little brush pile, and I'm about to hit a tree right now. There we go. Man, that's a nice little slab right there. That's a good looking fish. I just found a nice little brush pile over here. Looks like we got quite a bit of crappie. Yikes. Trying to get away from that log over there. Go ahead and get this guy off. Go ahead and let the guy go. Get in there, little crappie. There we go. Got another one. Whoa, that's a good size one right there, guys. It's almost bigger than the last one. Maybe not, maybe not. That was just a tiny little tap. Boom. Got another nice little crappie there. Go ahead and get one for the gram here. You guys can kind of see that there. It's a little bit of a brush pile, and all these little tiny purple lines, those are all crappie. So looks like that brush pile is about, that's a pretty good sized pile. It's about 10 foot tall, so it could be a big old bush or tree down there. And as soon as you get it kind of right on the top of that, feel a little tiny little tick of your line, just kind of pull up a little bit, and usually that's the trick. Same setup there. Just that 6 pound on that tiny little Bobby Garland's crappie jig. And I believe that's a 30 seconds head. Got a little gold flake on it today. Normally I like to use white or silver. So let's see if we can kind of scan back around and find that pile there. It looks like there's quite a few fish on it. I don't have spot lock or anything like that, and it can get a little tricky to stay on top of a pile without that. Got a little bit of that wind pushing the boat around, kind of gets you off your point just a little bit. But as long as I stay in this little area here between this tree and that big old stump in the water, I should be able to find that pile pretty easily here. So we're just going to let the little jig down, kind of get it to the right depth there. Use my graph to gauge the depth, and then just wait for a little tap. Here comes that brush pile right now. See if you guys can see it. I'll have to wipe that screen off a little bit. It looks like there's a couple bass there on it too. So there it is. Let's see if we can get a bump. Just reeling it really slow. I think I was in the brush right there. So another thing too is I've noticed that crappie really like that jig moves extremely slow, so the slower the better. The longer you can kind of keep it in their face, the better chance you're gonna have it catching one. Let's go ahead and spike it with some of that Moglo Slab Jam. Sounds a little strange. Ew. Alright, well, see if that helps a little bit. There we go. That's a good one. Right on top of that pile again. Holy smokes. Guys, now that's a freaking slab if I ever seen one. That's a big old crappie. Look at that. Jeez Louise. I don't have a tape measure here, but look at that. Golly. We're gonna have to measure that bad boy out on something. That's a slab. Well, if you look at how big this little Lawrence plate is, no, it's kind of stupid, but that's pretty big. I'll have to get a measure for you guys on that bad boy. That's a big old crappie. Beautiful fish. Go ahead and let him go. There he goes. Nice. Well, I'm not sure if it's the color change or this stuff right here. The old Mojo Slab Jam. 1/4 ounce bottle of all natural amino acid based minnow scent gel for all your crappie delight. That was weird. I don't know, but I'm sold on it. We're gonna slab jam it up. Okay. Go back over to this brush pile. I tell you what, as soon as I'm off catching a fish, I'm like 20-30 feet away every single time. Without that spot lock, you really start drifting. And I mean, it's not that windy at all today. Maybe 2-3 miles an hour at most. Whoa! Haha! Got a little largy, man. Little dude was like, yo, I want some of that crappie jig, boy. Man, he is warm. Look at that little dude. Down there on that little brush pile. It's amazing how warm these fish come out of this water. It's like 75 degrees. You get your hand inside their mouth and it's like, holy smokes. These guys are boiling under there. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for today. Well, we were able to find some crappie on a couple brush piles. It seems like most of the fish were concentrated on one side of the lake. I did jot over to the other side, but I only was able to catch that little largie out of a brush pile over there. And switched up the colors quite a bit today, but oh, got a cobweb in my face. Jeez, dang, spiders in the air. But like I was saying, guys, I switched up the colors quite a bit. But pretty much all the bites came on that gold color, so that's definitely what they wanted today. Was able to find them pretty well with the down scan, but I just think as soon as it got a little bit later in the afternoon, about 12ish, the bite just pretty much died off. But other than that, guys, let me know if you guys like this video. This is the first time I've ever posted any crappie content, and I'm trying to fish for crappie a little bit more this year, so let me know if you guys liked it. And if you guys got any questions, let me know down in the box below. And pretty much that's it, guys. I'm gonna probably do some more crappie fishing pretty soon. So like I said, if you guys like this kind of content, let me know down in the box below. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. See ya! Dang you, worm! Oh.